Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. This one's a rather exciting one. So it's no secret that the modding community for Total War Warhammer has pretty much been keeping the game alive, especially during content droughts. They've been able to come up with new races, new factions, new models, new heroes. But what if they took it up a notch? What if they turned Warhammer 2 into a completely new game? Reuniting LUSC is a brand new mod which we've covered in the past but is not released until today. It transforms Total War Warhammer 2 into something more akin to Marks of Chaos, Shadows of the Horned Rat, and all those old school classic Warhammer fantasy games. Yep, you've heard me correctly, this transforms the whole grand strategy aspect of Total War Warhammer into a themed storyline progression. You're not going to be able to play around in a sandbox mode, but instead for this part of the mod you're going to be playing 10 missions with a themed storyline. I say this part as there are multiple parts which will come out in the future. Now believe me when I say that this mod is extremely special. Not only is it incredibly thematic, but it introduces some stuff that we've not seen in a Total War game for a long time, and even some new mechanics. But let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Before you can even get to start the game, you've already noticed some massive differences, and this is your faction selection screen. There's only one, the Frozen Ravens, but the reason why this is so special, other than the fact that it's got a completely new look, is because of the following.
South of Akin, at the Goromadni Mountains, the band of prospectors have set camp at the abandoned hold's eastern entrance. They will stay here for the coming season, searching for precious relics of the past. Though something else will find them before summer comes, and the Siogdraken Mining Company will fund a new expedition for their safe return. We should head back. It's not safe out here.
So what you've heard is some custom voice acting, which is obviously tied to that video on screen, which is fantastic. It's something which I don't think has been done since, what, Medieval 2? Something like that, more or less? This is something absolutely mind-blowing, as I didn't even know that this was possible for Total War Warhammer, as it seems that modding capabilities is not as open as it was for Medieval 2. There's a lot more surprises as we go in-game, but now let's actually go and start a new campaign. Your new campaign experience will begin in the furthest reaches of the Old World, right between some Norscan territories and the dwarfs of Cracker Drak. Here you'll be playing the role as a mercenary, so you will only have your forces, the Frozen Ravens. You will have access to no settlements, and everything else is going to work completely different to what you're normally used to in a Total War game. For example, as you can see, recruitment is done in a very different way. There's a button to your very far right, and that will open up your recruitment ledger. Here, you'll be greeted by a book which will tell you the lore of these units, as here's where you'll be able to recruit all your different types of units, and you're not going to be able to recruit a full army, and sorry about this, but no doomstacks either. Instead, as you progress through your story, you'll be able to get more units, which will vary, having their own special abilities, their own in-combat role, and so on. It's rather different, and it's probably how the Regiment of Renown system should have worked anyway. So with all that being said, we're in game now. How do we actually continue with our campaign? How do we move and so on? Well, all you have to do is click what used to be the end turn button, and this will then pop up the quest log itself, because yes, you have a quest log. Now, you can only see one quest at the moment, but as you progress through the story, you will get different quests, different side quests, and so on. Yeah, there's side quests too. It's all very thematically based. Clicking on the available quest will give you some lore as to what is actually happening and so on, and then present a small cinematic, meaning that your troops have been moving, going to the location which you've requested.
Beards in belts.
Siogdraken, the home of the merchant guilds, and a city illuminated partly by the northern lights and that of its countless taverns. The city's narrow passageways have been the company's staging point for countless missions, and the safe return for even more. The sea routes northward, and the inland routes to the west has made Seochterakin a hub for travellers. It is the Council of Merchant Lords who rule Seochterakin under the watchful eye of the High King VIKRAM. Its 3 bridges provide access to the main city, situated on a once great mountain, now swallowed partly by the sea. Even at the dread of nights, the city is awake. The city never sleeps, while the hold of the noble lords across the realm have fallen into slumber. As a heart pumping blood through a body, Seochterakin has kept the realm of the Norse dwarves from freezing. But the days of summer is gone, and the inhospitable winds of the chaos waste brings with it dark omens. Where are the days of old, when the Dawi populated the mountains? Where are our southern king, whom we lost along the way?
Yep, in-game cinematics, in a very similar style that was lost since Medieval 2 or a similar game. It's been a while since we've seen this type of mechanic come into play, and it's something that's been very, very well missed by the community, as, you know, it was just really, really thematic, so it's great to see this here too. Now, the game will continue to play as I already explained before. Go back into your quest log, find what available quests you may have, and start progressing through the story. Take your time to read through everything, and of course, check how much payment you're getting, because believe me, it will become very valuable in the future. You won't get much information before you start any battles, as this isn't your typical Warhammer 2 battle. This is actually very, very different. Many of these battles will have opening in-game cinematics in a very similar style to that of quest battles, just to give you a bit more context as to what is going on. If you've been reading over the lore and so on as you've been progressing through your dilemmas and missions in game, then this will just add to further flavor. Though if you just want to get into the thick of it, you can easily skip through them. It's not going to cause any issues with the game or anything like that. Instead, now what you're going to see is every time you go into a mission, you're going to have a completely new map. Everything is extremely themed to fit to a storyline. You're not going to be seeing the same map over and over again like the Statue of Sigmar. This is the first battle you'll be playing in the campaign, and you're gonna have to go help some other dwarfs, but also you have a special mechanic, meaning that there is a ship that has been docked, and you can use its cannons to help provide some extra firepower. There's a lot of different triggering events, and it just makes it really, really fun, as a lot of stuff just gets a bit more complex. Well, it's far more complex than a standard Total War Warhammer battle, that's for sure. My experience with this mod is just saying that this is just one massive quest battle. All the different battles are all quest battle type of quality, so you're not getting the usual stuff with the AI being a bit weird. After completing your specific mission, you can then return to the town which gave you said mission, and then you can go pick up your payments. This is why I said that keep an eye on your total income, as not only when you do that, you'll then have a pop-up where you'll have a ledger. Yes, this is Total War accountancy, but bear in mind that you're running a band of mercenaries. They each have to get paid, don't they? This is why it's very important to keep an eye on stuff, as the last thing you want to do is go into a mission and come out with a deficit, as your units will cost you. As I said, as you progress through your story, you'll be able to get some side missions too, and these will offer various different bits of money and so on, so you can then recruit more units or even replenish your forces. You don't have to do them, but it does help out a little bit. Keep in mind that of course they will vary in price and so on, and make sure that your units are replenished, as some of these battles can actually be fairly difficult. I am trying to keep this video as spoiler free as possible, as obviously I want you guys to enjoy it, and there's no point me going into the whole story about this, but as you can see, the maps here are so drastically different. This is one of the side missions where they're investigating a certain disturbance, and you have to go around and search for someone in specific. This isn't your typical Total War battle, but rather a search and seek for information type of battle. It's very different. We don't really get this type of stuff, which is a shame because it's so incredibly thematic. Or how about this battle where we're going to go and attack a beastman camp? What makes this very special is that they actually have some working headstones as a form of destructible. It's a unit that has been changed around. It can't move or anything, but it provides map-wide buffs to the enemy armies. So if you actually want to engage the beastmen, you need to take out these headstones. Believe me, they are very powerful buffs. Now what you can see here is the beastmen camp map, But this is something that we need to talk about. You'll see there's 2 optionals here. Destroy the hearthstones, 0 out of 3, and obviously I've said destroy the hearthstones, but then there's also stay on the road. Keep an eye on the map, as you'll notice, or have already noticed at this point, that when my troops go in through the forest, not on the road, there's an event triggers where they'll get hit. It's kind of like the chaos magic around it is actually doing damage on them. This is amazing. This is something where, well, we're very much expecting something like this in Warhammer 3 with environments turning against enemies and so on, or even your own armies, but it looks like modders have been able to figure it out, and it's absolutely amazing. I must admit that the first time I played through this map, I wasn't paying too much attention, and yeah, my army got destroyed before I even managed to meet the beastmen, and it's something really, really cool. It makes you have to think, it makes you have to actually use other functions on your keyboard to be able to make your units go in specific routes and so on. This is absolutely amazing for a thematic sense. This is the last map I'm going to show you before we end this video, and I want to offer some thoughts regarding the mod. So this map itself is an evacuation map. Your idea is to hold off the enemy lines, protect civilians as they escape because harpies are going to attack them, and a giant Norscan army is also going to start coming for you. It's actually really impressive, and it's got this feel of very similar to Warcraft 3 when you're defending against the undead scourge and so on. It's just really impressive. You'd never get something like this in Total War. I've had to say, I've covered this mod a few times, but this is its official release, and every time I've played it, it's gotten better and better. It's something that I could never imagine Total War, well, the Total War engine itself could even manage to do, so I'm absolutely, like, gobsmacked. It's an incredible mod, and it deserves to be played. The reason why this video is dropping now is because at the time of this video drop, the mod itself will also have gone live on the Steam Workshop, so you guys can try it out. Remember, this is part 1 of a few parts, I believe, and you can actually get a good few hours worth of fun from this. It's just incredibly thematic. If you want storyline, if you want something themed, and if you want something completely different from Total War, but still playing Total War, just get this mod. Trust me, you're going to absolutely love it. The team behind this mod have proven that they can just totally turn one game into something else. I don't think this has ever happened before, where yes, we've seen complete overhauls and we've seen like Medieval 2 turn into Warcraft or War and stuff like that, but this is a drastically different game. If everything goes as planned, then the mod itself should be found in the description below. And let me know what you think about the mod itself in the comments below, as I believe that the modders will be checking it out every now and then. So thanks for that, guys, and yeah, enjoy! But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.